Trying to get this thing to work. Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Palimpsest Live. We are back again. It's a little bit of a small group today. We're still waiting for Cheryl to tune in from Australia. I think she's rolling out of her bed right now. At least that's what we're hoping. And then we're unfortunately missing Ross today. He had a family situation to deal with. So we hope that he will be back next week. And then the lovely Lara, we will all wave to Lara. She's celebrating her son's birthday. Does anybody know her son's name?
Stefano? No.
I don't know.
What do
Happy
what do-
birthday, anyway.
Happy birthday, Lara's boy,
Happy
Lara's
birthday,
son.
Lara's boy. Alrighty, so we're here with a little bit of a small group. We are here with Stephanie from Toronto. Let's wave hi, Stephanie. And then we have the lovely Rose. We missed you last week, Rose. Rose is all the way in Vancouver. And I am Denise, and I am in Saint Jerome, which is about 45 minutes north of Montreal. And we are Palimpsest Live. We are basically sending paintings around the world, and we are each painting a little layer and then putting it in an envelope and sending it onwards. So we're ending up with eventually, hopefully, about 2 times 7 paintings, and then every painting has 7 layers. So that's lots of layers, and lots of paintings. And we are quite a ways into this project. We started back in December, and I think Stephanie has one of these paintings to open.
I do. This one
Yes.
came from Denise. It always feels like Christmas. It's that's so funny. But especially opening them on camera, right? Like, ooh. And then, but in this case, I don't have to worry about the wrapping paper so much.
When I packed it a couple of weeks ago, I put it in the envelope, and then I found out that I forgot to put the foam core that protects the painting. So I had to take it out of the wrapping again. And then I
Oh,
found out that when I added the foam core, the envelope was too small. So that's why there's all this tape, because I had to make the envelope a little bit larger.
yeah, but it worked. It worked.
It
Okay, so
came there.
let's see
It
here.
arrived safely.
It did. It did, and very well protected. So that's great. So, let's be a moment here. Wow, you have every color painter's tape available. I
No,
think
no,
you
no.
have green. I have blue.
I know. It's mine is green, and I think the one that's underneath is from somebody else.
Oh, the light
I
green
have
is
the
from
dark
someone else?
green. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And
But
then
I
someone
left it
else just
on
had,
there because I thought it was fun that there was different colors.
yeah, it is. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe I'll leave some of yours on. It'll be like, it'll be like the wrapping palimpsest, right? So I'll leave some of your tape on.
I do feel like that though, because every time every painting has been wrapped differently. And
I
roses, for
know.
example, your wrapping is so beautiful that it
Yeah,
just opening it is such an experience.
I know. It's true. It's true.
Oh, gee shucks, thanks, guys.
No, it's true.
Oh my gosh, I just got shivers and it's boiling here. This is, oh, wow. Okay. Sorry, it's nicely protected. It's tracing paper. I'm gonna rip the tracing paper because there's no way to open this otherwise.
Yeah, there's a tape on the back.
So this is painting C, and I believe Lara Spadetto started this one. It has her
She did.
signature here. And then we see Denise's signature, Ross C. Berman, and I'm like, who's R.J. Williams? Rose. Sorry.
No.
Right now, sorry. Look at that. That is just so pretty. So can here. Look. Oh. I
Did you
love.
gold leaf?
Did you put this here, Denise?
I put the gold paint. It's gold paint, and I
Very
mixed in. I picked the oranges and the yellows from
from
Ross's
Ross.
fire,
Yeah.
and tried to reflect
Oh
that
wow, it's
in like
gorgeous.
sort of reflect the fire, but I wanted to make it gold because I wanted to show, because Lara was talking a little bit about like the pain and difficulty that we have to go through when we grow. And I wanted to show that the pain and difficulty coming from the outside actually makes the beauty of the inside come forward. That's why I wanted to
Oh.
transform it into the gold.
I think you forgot, yeah, the passport.
No,
the
it's in there.
documentation.
It's in the envelope. I'm sure it is.
It is! Oh my goodness, look at that.
It is.
Woo! Okay, well, I'm not going to read it. Like, I don't think I should read it here, right?
No, I think I read Lara's.
I love the way that the gold is now kind of like reflecting the shape of the leaves on the other side, and then it's reflecting the concept of the fire and the heat. That's really cool.
Yeah, that is really pretty.
Yeah, it's this piece is really
yeah, it's really nice.
Really.
Yeah. Well, this was what I was talking about last week, because we were talking about how it would be. We were brainstorming a little bit because we were talking about how the timing of things that it seems to be stretching a bit too much. We wanted to make it a little bit more tight. And then Cheryl was mentioning that there might be a way to make it easier for us to start working on them because it's so difficult. We all seem to have difficulty working on each other's works, and mostly because there's so much personal stuff involved in the composition and the meaning behind the paintings. And this is what I was talking about when I said I did something that is completely not me as an artist.
Right.
I painted something to service the painting. And that was something that I had to click in my brain. Initially going into this project, I felt this need to always add something with my personal stamp on it. I felt like if I add something to a painting, it has to show that I am the one adding that. It has to be something coming from me. And that's actually not the case. You can do something completely different. It doesn't have to be your technique or your thing or your whatever. It needs to be something that you feel benefits the painting.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily have to reflect you as an artist, I feel.
But whatever you do,
I would agree.
Whatever you do does reflect you as an artist. It reflects you as an artist, but like your choice of medium and how you handle it and your composition. I mean, all of that absolutely reflects you as an artist. I mean, that's the fundamental that's being revealed in all these layers, I think.
Yeah.
Is that each of us is being revealed as an artist in a more refined, focused way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because really, like, this is beautiful what you added. I mean, I think it's, I mean, how many layers are on this one now? How many more people have to?
1, 2, 3, 4. So myself and I think Julie.
That's it.
And Cheryl.
And Cheryl.
No, there's 3.
Right.
Yeah, Cheryl.
So there are 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
4?
Wait a second.
I think Cheryl.
No, 3 more. There are 3 more.
3 more.
There, including myself. Yeah, because there are 4 signatures.
Did this one, didn't she?
No.
She didn't sign it. I don't.
No, it goes from because I checked. It goes from Stephanie to Cheryl and from Cheryl to Julie, because this is the last painting that Julie has to work on.
Okay.
This is the only one that Julie hasn't seen yet.
3 more layers.
Yes.
Wow, this is like a really, really amazing piece, I think.
So do I. I love this piece.
Multi-layered conceptually, every way, technique, media.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
I hope you feel inspired, Stephanie.
I do. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to meditate on it, like literally meditate. That's what I did last time, and it worked. Stuff came to me. But yeah, and right now nothing's come to me. You know what I love? Yeah, I love the gold. I love the gold because it does look like, you know, the heat on her face.
Yeah.
And I also love that Ross put that little dot
Yes.
of
Yeah.
red in the eye. I just love that.
Those
Yeah.
orange dots that Ross
Yeah.
added are
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
They are. And you know, my eye goes right to her eye because of that saturated, you know, red orange right in her eye. It's just so gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it really
beautiful.
is. I can't wait to see what you do with it.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. So do you,
So there we go.
first glance, what
Yeah.
do you think? What are
You
you
know
thinking
what?
now?
Like you said last time, whatever my gut instinct is probably going to change after I read this. Because
Yeah.
this, ladies and gentlemen, is is what we're calling the painting's passport. And what it is basically it contains the intention. So each of us writes on this in this document. And so Lara would have started this, and she actually typed everything out. And you can't read it anyway. It looks backwards. But she typed everything out. So our job is basically to read everything that the previous artists have typed out, and like Denise said, to try to add to the painting in a way that benefits the painting, and not necessarily trying to, you know, impose our current style on it or anything like that, but just like what makes the most sense to sort of complete or help complete this painting. So there we go. So to answer your question, I have no friggin' idea.
No freaking clue. That's good though. That's fine. We like that.
I'm thinking maybe something here again, or like it just looks like that's just a little, like just leave a little bit of black. I don't know.
That's what
Yeah,
I said though.
yeah, yeah.
That's
And then
what
you
I
changed.
said. Yes, because when
That's right. I
I
remember that
wrote
actually.
it, yeah,
I remember that.
I said,
Yeah,
well, first instinct, I'm thinking it
yeah.
needs a little texture here. That was my literally what I said. So eventually, I'm
I remember
sure
that now.
there is going to be something there.
Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But at least there is also space in this piece for more. There is space. It's not
There is, yes.
completely.
Yeah. Well, what if we had a little like frog peeking out here? No, I don't know. I'm just kidding. I am kidding, but you know, who knows? We'll see what the painting
Yeah.
brings.
Ooh,
Anyway, very exciting.
exciting.
So yeah, we all we try to sign our names on the back as well as we complete each layer.
Yeah.
It has
they're-
palimpsest on the
Lovely.
front and the back.
That's right.
And in the packaging.
And the packaging.
Right. Well, you know,
So-
just to follow up on the whole concept of you know, how it feels when they arrive and the kind of you know, not knowing what to do. I did touch on that a little bit in my interview with Kate Taylor this morning.
Oh yeah, you did.
Because like the expressive arts therapy training that I went through personally was very intense, and there was 6 of us in the program, and I mean, if we hadn't therapized each other up one side and down the other, by the time we were finished that program, that we didn't do it properly, because we were really required to basically be practicing on each other before we were sent out into the, you know, unsuspecting public to, you know, conduct therapy on them. So there was a lot of exploring. Where are the boundaries when you are working with someone else's creativity? That's a huge issue and concept in the therapeutic arts when you're using creativity. Because I personally, we were required to go see an art therapist, any type of art therapist, movement or whatever that we could find while we were doing the program as clients, to be on the other side, to have that experience before we graduated. So I went to an art therapist who I thought was the perfect example of shutting someone's creativity down.
Ooh.
So yeah, and my experience was like this therapist had an approach where they kind of like watched you engage in some creative activity and then started telling you what it meant to you. And to me, that was like, how could you possibly know what my symbol, like what that symbolizes to me? I mean, we're different genders, we're different cultures, we have a totally different, like, how can you possibly know where I'm, and there was all this like kind of interpretation of what I was doing and projected onto me while I was doing the creative activity and afterwards. And I found that very shut me down, both therapeutically and creatively. So it was a good learning experience to have that, like, oh, that's what you don't want to do.
Right.
When you are engaging in any kind of therapeutic relationship with somebody, there has to be really clear understanding of boundaries. So I'm actually really digging into this project because when I open them, I'm exercising that training, and I'm enjoying it because I haven't done that for a while. Because of course, COVID, I haven't done expressive arts therapy for a couple years because I didn't find that it translated well online for me, the way that I practice. So yeah, I'm enjoying it because it's making me exercise that muscle that I had to develop and train. And it's fun. It's exciting. It's stimulating. It's challenging. It makes you kind of like walk the edge there. Like we're all discovering, right? Like we have to walk that edge between our own creative sensibilities and sensing and being sensitive to someone else's, and where those overlap, like those boundaries overlap. And I mean, I think it's really good for us. I think it's like exercising a muscle.
Yeah,
It is. It is.
I would agree.
And
I would agree.
we were talking last week that one of the hesitations I think each of us feels comes from the fact that there is so much personal baggage in each painting, in each, especially with the theme of transformation. There's a lot of personal baggage that comes along with what people have done, and I think each of us in turn has felt scared of doing something that might offend the person that originally started it. And I think that is something that we have to let go of that fear, because we are into this project a ways, and I don't think that any one of us has either done something that would be offensive, or, I mean, I would not be offended if Rose decided that my painting needed a nice big red stripe through the middle. I would be like, awesome. You decided that. That's cool. And I think each of us has to have something similar, that we, by the time I let this painting go, it's not mine anymore. It's for the next person to work on and to do what they feel is right. And I feel that is very important, that we let go of that fear a little bit, just to make it a little bit easier to get that rhythm going, to where we get a little bit more fast, maybe.
Yeah, no, it's true.
It's kind
the
of
fear
like
would slow us down for sure.
It is kind of like they are developing their own being, their own conceptual sense of identity, each and every piece, and it's kind of like, as you say, there's a point at which now they've sort of stepped into their own identity, and now the art has to service that.
Yeah.
As it's developing, almost like a transformation of like a Lara's piece of a child growing into an adult. Like,
it's true.
They literally are sort of stepping out into the world on their own. Like, seeing that piece, I was the second one to work on it. Seeing that piece now, it's like completely evolved, and
So
I'm kind of so anticipating seeing the further development of it, almost like it's developing its own personality, like its own individuality. And I mean, I think that's one of the driving forces of us to do this project in the first place. Like, why would we want to do this? Like, why would you want to do that? Well, we're exploring a concept. We're exploring a conceptual development process where a piece is its evolution is out of our hands.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the fact that that Cheryl was talking about each, and like, this was a while ago, right? This was like probably a few months ago, where she was saying, it was
Yes.
during one of our first lives, it would be great if each of these paintings had a little passport that went around with it. It would make it more like it's an actual person.
Yeah.
And she kind of she elaborated on that last time and said, it's like, no, just think of it as another person, right? It's got its own passport, its own identity now. And
Yeah.
and I thought that was a great way of thinking of it, of trying to remove, like, for me anyway, like to like get out of my head about like about worrying, about if I'm going to offend another artist. I thought that was a great approach. I thought, yeah, man, good.
I think we should not talk about them as like this, because we keep mentioning this is Lara's painting,
Right.
but I don't think it's Lara's painting anymore.
No, that's what I'm
It's painting.
saying.
It's
It
painting
started-
C.
Lara. It's
It
painting
started
C.
it started its life as Lara's painting, like a child when you birth it. And then it's going through all its like daycare and its favorite teacher and its first kiss and stuff we don't know about.
Stuff you don't want to know about.
Well, I mean, it's going through
The drink, the booze, the drugs.
Like, we don't know what's happening to it through the mail. Like Cheryl said, we could come up with all these images of like the mail person and stopping to take a drink on the way to the postal office, and like, who knows? Oh, I got forgotten in the corner for 3 days, and oh, I was stuck on a plane that had mechanical failure. I mean,
Dude, who knows what stories they could tell, right? It's true.
they really are like children when they're out of your sight. You don't really know exactly what they're getting up to.
It's
but
true.
It has an influence on how they develop.
Yeah.
And I mean, on that score as well, maybe that does help us all sort of step outside of ourselves and our barriers to just, being free and servicing the piece.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's what we're doing now. We're almost in service to these art pieces whose ultimate purpose is to express the concept of transformation.
Yeah, it's true, but that's great. But we're almost like the catalysts for this. We're doing the work, yes, but it's the painting. It's the paintings.
Yeah.
It belongs to the painting. One of the things that I wanted to mention.
No, go ahead.
I wanted to mention about this particular painting that I forgot to mention before is what's happening right here. Did Ross do this right here? This part?
Yeah.
It's so cool because it almost like it's reminding me of like indigenous feathers kind of thing. I just think that's so cool. It's abstract, right? But that's what comes to my mind. Anyway, so what were you going to say, Denise?
No, I was going to say that because this is our test run, and I do feel, because Rose mentioned in the private group chat that we have, that she felt that, and I think we talked a little bit about that last week as well, that we need to be a little bit stricter in our deadlines.
Yep.
Because we started this in December.
Yeah.
And I think we were supposed to like get a painting, have 2 weeks to work on it, and send it on.
That was the idea.
By this time we should have finished at least.
Yeah. It should have taken
this
about
test run.
3.5 months. Yeah.
But the end result of all of this, now we're learning as we go along, and that's why it was a test run. But the end result is we may need to put our projected exhibition forward.
Yes.
We may have lost a window of opportunity for quite a number of applications that I personally would have liked to get in, because I think that we would have been welcomed with open arms in terms of conceptually, in terms of how we're working, integrating the new media that we're doing together, as well as the actual tangible art pieces. It ticks a number of boxes for different places, but unless we tighten up on our on our whatever was holding us back.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but I do feel that tightening up is very, very important. And I actually I suggested this last week. I think because we are doing these lives every week, that we can incorporate a sense of how do you call that? where
Pressure?
you
Not pressure, but
yes, well, pressure from the
urgency.
audience.
Urgency.
Urgency.
Yes. So what I want,
Accountability.
what I
Anyway, sorry.
accountability. That's the word I was
Yeah.
looking for. Thank
Yeah.
you. Words are hard, people. Words are hard.
Well, especially when you speak like 15 languages. There you go.
15 of them. I wish. No, but what I'm suggesting, and please feel free to say shut up, but if you don't feel this is a good idea. But I felt that maybe we should, like you just did now, Stephanie, open every single painting on air. So we open it on air. That means you have a start date. And now from this start date, we have to decide whether that is 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And then after 3 weeks, we're going to make a note. And then on air, you are going to have to justify why it's not finished yet. If it's not finished yet. If it is finished, awesome. You just tell them, awesome, I sent it out yesterday or whatever. If it's not finished, it's fine, but you're going to have to justify that to the rest of the audience.
Yeah.
Not just to us, but to everybody else.
Yeah.
No,
That's fine with me.
Yeah,
fine with me too.
We're slowly counting down the clock here, and I just wanted to mention personally that I extended my stay at Pacific Arts Market for another month.
Oh, good! Fantastic.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's been nice that they have a kind of nice community feeling there, so that's kind of feels good. And I'll be in Montreal for 10 days. So
yay! Visit time. Oh, and I also wanted to mention that the amazing Rose had an awesome interview with Kate Taylor this morning.
Thank you.
You can go to Kate Taylor Art on Instagram to you have to go watch that because they were both amazing, and you gave a great interview. And I know you were very nervous, but it was really, really good. And I'm happy you enjoyed it.
Yeah. You didn't seem nervous at all.
Want to say about it?
Practicing with you guys has helped.
Good. I'm glad. So is there anything special you want to mention about the interview, Rose?
Well, I want to thank Kate for absolutely certain because she made it easy and she put me at ease. And I wanted to say that it felt good to be able to kind of dig a little deeper into the kind of, more meaningful reasons of why I make my art.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's a nice thing I feel about the Talking to Artists podcast that Kate does, that she takes 45 minutes to talk to each of us, which really gives you some time to go in depth, I feel.
Yeah,
I agree.
It was a great opportunity, and I feel very thankful. Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You're welcome. Oh, yeah, I guess I did sort of. Sorry, I was like.
Yes, I might have done a little.
I don't know what I did. You're welcome. Yeah, I remember now. No.
Stephanie did arrange all that.
We're going to have to get a longer stick to wake Cheryl up in Australia with.
Yeah,
I just got
unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, Cheryl is still sleeping, I think. I think she had a
dancing
late...
on the tables in Parliament.
Is anyone waiting for a Google verification code?
No.
No? Okay. All right.
Nope.
No problem.
Anyhow, I think...
yeah.
I think we're sort of at the end of our life this week. If you have any questions for us at all, don't hesitate to put them down in the comments, and we will get to them next week or the week after, depending on how this show goes, because sometimes we're a little bit of a train wreck, people, but that's okay. Okay, so we hope that you will join us again next week. We will hope to be a little bit more people. Because we are with 6 people in total. You wouldn't think because lately it's been a little bit meager, but we are really 6 people doing this.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you for joining us. We hope you will see you again next week. And if there's nothing else from the rest of the group, I think we'll end it right there.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
See you soon.
Bye.